Hello, my name is Kat, and today I'm doing my June wrap-up. So just like last month, I'm actually filming this wrap-up a little bit in advance. It's only June 21st now, in this moment for me, but I leave for VidCon tomorrow morning and I gotta get this done before then. So don't judge me too harshly when I tell you that I only read 3 books in June. So far, and 2 of these books were really big, so that should count for something. Now, before I get into these 3 books, since it is June and we are now halfway through the year, I want to do like a checkpoint update on my reading challenge. My goal is to read 52 books this year, and as of now, I have finished 25, so I am right on track. I mean, I do need to read 1 more book in June to actually stay on track, but I have 9 more days, so I'm pretty sure I can do that. Okay, let's move into the 3 books that I read in June. So first up, I have City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. If for some reason you don't already know, this is the 6th and final book in the Mortal Instrument series, and I thought it was amazing. This book was just so much fun to read, and I love the characters and the world so very much. I want the dark artifices. Like, my initial feeling after finishing this book was, where's the dark artifices? I want to read it now. On Goodreads, I gave this book 5 stars because I loved it. And I'm not gonna talk about this book in any more detail because it would just involve so many spoilers. I really wanted to do a book talk for this book, but I didn't have the time, and I still might do one. I don't know when. But I did do a live show discussion for this book, so I will link that in the description in case you want to listen to 4 booktubers ramble about their feels for a good hour and a half. You know you do. You know you want to watch that. Next up, I have We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This is the Booksplosion Book of the Month pick for June, and this month the read-along was actually sponsored by Random House. This is a standalone contemporary novel, and I don't want to say a lot about it because it really is best to go into it not knowing anything, but I will give you a very brief synopsis. Basically, this book is about a girl named Cadence, and she is part of the Sinclair family. And the Sinclairs are rich and beautiful and spend every summer on their own private island. But the summer Cadence is 16, she is involved in an accident that she can't remember. Something really bad happened and no one talks about it, and she has no memory of the event. This summer she is 18 and she is returning to the island for the first time since her accident, and while she's there, she's really just trying to figure out what happened and piece everything together. This book, man oh man, this book. First off, it's so mysterious and gripping. Like, the story grabs a hold of you right off the bat and doesn't let you go. It's what I call a sticky book because it sticks with you. Like, long after you finish reading it, you're still thinking about it. You can't stop thinking about it even if you want to. Aside from the very compelling story, the other aspect of this book that really stands out is the writing. E. Lockhart is a wonderful, powerful writer. This book is so beautifully written. She has this way of saying so much with so few words. It's really, really impressive, actually. This is a short book. It's only like 230 pages, but it doesn't feel that short. It feels like a big story because so much happens. It's just powerful, concise writing. I love it. I gave this book 4.5 stars because it was beautiful and gripping, but I didn't particularly relate to any of the characters. They were all really interesting and well developed, but I didn't form like a strong personal connection with them. I do still highly recommend this book. It's not like a fun, lighthearted read, but if you're in the mood for something kind of darker and mysterious, then this is totally the book for you. The live show discussion for this book is going to take place on Wednesday, July 2nd on Christine's channel. I'll put some more info in the doobly-doo in case you want to attend. And the third book I finished this month is After Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. This is an advanced reader copy that I received at BEA, and it is actually the first BEA book that I decided to read. And this is a pretty big book, like, it's 600 pages. But it's actually more like 2 books told in alternating chapters. First, we follow an 18-year-old girl named Darcy who just sold her first novel to a publishing house. So she's moving to New York and meeting other authors and just dealing with the whole publishing process, edits and blurbs and book tours and BEA. How meta! And the second story we get here is Darcy's book. We get to read her book, which is called Afterworlds, and it's about a girl named Lizzie who has a near-death experience, and then she can cross over into the afterworld. I really loved this book, and I think part of why I loved it so much is because I want to be an author, so Darcy's story was super fascinating and relatable, and I just loved seeing her adventures in the publishing industry. I was more invested in Darcy's story than Lizzie's story, but both were very enjoyable, and together it was just brilliant. If Darcy's story and Lizzie's story were separate, I would probably rate them each 4 stars because they aren't as amazing on their own. But the way the stories are woven together is just so very cool. Like, Darcy will experience something and then we get to see how that experience influences her novel. So the stories together as one book gets a 5-star rating from me. This book doesn't come out until September, so you do have to wait a little bit until you can get your hands on it, but I do definitely recommend checking it out when you can, especially if you are at all interested in the publishing world. You should pick this up. But yeah, those are the 3 books I finished in June. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great night, and I will have another vlog up soon, so I will see you then. Goodbye! A spider! No! 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 Oh. Out of sight, out of mind, until it kills me in my sleep later. It's sticky, it's super sticky, it sticks with you. The book itself isn't actually sticky, but the story is sticky. And don't look at it yet. This book is so cool. I tried to say cool and brilliant at the same time, and just that happened. If you might want to attend. Oh, the spider!